everybody, welcome back. Today I want to go over what a new beekeeper like myself would hope to expect to spend starting as a beekeeper, just starting out. Since this is pretty well fresh in my mind, I thought it might be a good topic to just fill you in on what it cost for me to start up. Some things that were good to buy, necessities, and other things that were not necessities. But first I'm going to put this little base that I got on this hive. And I had already smoked them, but I'm going to give them a little smoke again. And a little smoke in here. I had just put the second hive on in our last video, or the second box on in our last video. But this isn't the episode where we're going to do a check, because actually that was only just a few days ago. So, I'm just going to dismantle this to make it easy on myself so I can pick up this hive. If I had another person helping me, it would be a little bit easier. Just doing a little check in here to see. Looks like they're up there in the second box already. Woo! Look at all those bees. That's a really good sign there. Really good. I'm just going to chase them down a little bit. And then I'm going to pick this entire thing up if I can. There. And set it down. All right. Okay. That's that. I think I smushed a couple bees when I set it down out there. Oh well. Good. It's a beautiful day out here, but it's getting a little warm. These bee suits sure are warm. And let me tell you, picking up that lower box like I did, that was a lot heavier than I thought. They must be really full of honey. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started, and just wanted to show you as an example, this base right here is one of the examples of the things that you're really not going to need. It's just an expense that I took on. I thought they looked neat. I thought the bees could use them because they sometimes tend to fall short, land short, but for the most part they just land on this, even with this little landing platform. You have to apologize, my neighbor is mowing I always try to look for a new project to do around the house, a new hobby to have, something every year. It's just one of the things that I kind of got into. And this year I was going through, believe it or not, YouTube, and something interested me, and it was keeping bees, and I watched 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos, probably 8 videos that very evening. And by 1 o'clock in the morning, I had convinced myself that I wanted to be a beekeeper, and that was the thing that I was going to do. By 1 o'clock in the morning, I had ordered my first hive, and that was well, that's the one over yonder. I ordered that from Kelly Bees, and I ordered a package. Now, because it was April 14th or 15th, I didn't get in on the early shipments of packages, so my package wasn't going to come until May 20th. Well, a week rolled down, I watched more and more videos. I probably got up to, God, 60, 70, 80 hours of videos. Just getting into it, learning as much as I could about it. I'm one of those guys that if I'm going to do something, I kind of go all out. And I watch the videos, what to do, what not to do, some of the mistakes people made. And I started buying the equipment that I thought that I was going to need. And my second reaction after I was watching his videos was, you need 2 hives, or you should, so that you can compare hives together. Okay, well, I did that, and I was like, okay. My first hive was a little expensive. It was a little over $300 for 2 deeps, bottom, top, inner cover, and 2 mediums. And that was assembled, and that wasn't even painted. And so I was kind of looking out there to see if there's anything cheaper. So I looked on Craigslist, and here was an ad for a fella about 20 miles from me who is a hobbyist, but he's also a hobbyist woodsmith, I guess you could call him. And he likes building hives. And he's also a hobbyist beekeeper. And he likes building hives, and he also likes mentoring people to get into the hobby. I gave him a call, and we talked on the phone for a little bit, and he had these his hives for sale for $260. Now that was a heck of a price, and that included the same thing I got from Kelly Bees, full of frames and everything, bottom board, top board, inner cover, and it included a queen excluder, which my one from Kelly Bees did not. And that, like I said, that was $260. So I went down there, and I picked up the hive box the hive from him, and we just sat down and talked, and he had connections that could get me a nuke for that hive that I bought from him. A few days later, he contacted me, and he said, "You want me to pick it up?" And I said, "Sure." It was $150 for that. So, I mean, within a day, I went down, picked up my nuke, and set it up, and that was on April 25th. That was my first bee installment, and I installed it, and that was the hive that you can see, if you can see it in the camera down there, with 2 deeps and a honey super on, which I just put the honey super on a couple of days ago, because that hive is doing so well. And so that was going to be my 2 hives. So one was going to be a nuke, which is down there, and the other one was going to be a package. But again, I had to wait till May 25th or May 20th to get my package. Wait for my package. So that hive sat empty for a month. And I'll be honest with you, I couldn't wait anymore. So I went and talked to my mentor again, and I bought another box from him. Bought it from him, another $260, and he gave me a contact for somebody to see if they had any hives available, or any nukes available, and this beekeeper, commercial beekeeper, he had one for I think it was $130. I think that's what his nukes went for. So I drove down there. It was probably 40, 50 miles, something like that. Went down there. An hour ride there, hour ride back, and this new. Don't even have my package yet. But the package came a few days later, about a week later, and now I have 3 hives. So just calculating it out, just for the hives themselves, these hives here, they cost me ballpark around $400 each for bees and for hives. So I'm roughly into it for what, $1,200, and that doesn't include any equipment whatsoever. Now I obviously went online, went for Amazon. I got this veil. I got a kit actually. It came with this veil, this hive tool, and I don't have it with me, but a bee brush. And that was $15. It was kind of a funny story because I had ordered it, got to think I ordered it off Amazon, was waiting, and then I realized that the company I ordered it for was from China, and they were actually shipping it, and it wasn't going to get here till like May 28th or something like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna have bees here, you know, in a week, you know, after I bought that second hive. So I ordered another kit, but this time it was through Amazon. It was twice as much money. It was $30 for the same exact kit, and it came in 2 days, and I had it before my first install. So 30 days later I got the second set, which I kept. I was going to return it, but it's like, you know what, if I ever have any friends that want to come over and you know, watch me do my thing, I can put them in a veil and a jacket, and they can come out and watch me. But I just wanted to go over some of the tools that we have. Now, this came with the kit, and this little J hook right here, I haven't exactly liked it. Now, it's good for something like when I want to reach in and pull out my reducer or something like that. It's been handy, but having this, it's almost like a flat bar if you know construction, and for pulling nails. And this is great for pulling, so I bought another one. And these are relatively cheap. They're $8-10 or something like that. Now, also what you're going to need is a smoker. Now, at any bee shop, these things cost between $30 and $40, or $30 and $45. Plus, you got to pay for shipping. Now, I went on Amazon and looked around and found this for $15.99, and I got Amazon Prime, so I got free shipping, and it was here in 2 days. So that was a good deal. Another thing that you know, you look and watch the videos, and I've got this little frame holder. Well, this was $22 for this little freaking piece of bar. If you watched, I think it was video 8 when I built my hive stands, I actually made my own frame holders, and now this is obsolete, so I don't even need this. Matter of fact, I've never even used it, but this, again, this was a $22 buy. I also bought a package of these are queen clips. You catch your queen, you can, you know, set her in here and hold her off to the side while you're doing your thing. If you're doing splits or whatever you're doing, but these are a nice little thing. Actually, when I had a bunch of bees in my house that followed me. I left the door open, and I had a whole bunch of boxes with frames. They all came in. I had about 25 bees, and I caught them one by one on the window with this thing, and I released every single one of them rather than kill them. So that was kind of it was useful. But is this absolutely necessary for doing it? Not a bit. This was probably, a package of 5 of these was $8, I think, on Amazon. And again, another thing that you're not going to need, but it's nice. But everything adds up. Here's a top box feeder. It'll hold about 2 gallons of sugar. Now, I bought 3 of them. Now, these cost about $22 a piece to hold sugar water. I've ordered 2 one time and 1 another time because I didn't know I was going to have a 3rd hive. Plus, you got to pay for shipping, so that was another $15. You can see how everything is adding up here. Now, was this absolutely necessary? I think it was. I tried the sugar in bottles upside down. Number one, if they're really consuming it pretty fast, you're going to be changing it out daily, which I didn't like. Number two, sometimes you put it on there and they wouldn't hardly touch it, and only a few bees can get to the sugar water at a time, when you really want a lot of them, because they're building comb. You want a lot of them to be able to access it and bring it in, and so that they can put it in the hive and they can start consuming it for building their comb. If you have plastic frames like I do, and I needed them to build out combs, and I needed them to build out combs fast. So I bought 3 of those. And another thing that I was watching some other videos and it was intriguing, and I bought 3 of these. And these are this is a candy holder for wintertime. Now, I haven't gotten to winter yet. Do I think I'm going to need it? I don't know, but it seemed like a good idea at the time, and it's always good to have it. Essentially, what you do is I bought this. You only need 1 of these 2x4s, but you put this in, put the sugar around. This will allow the bees up and access to. Put it in front of this hole here. Also, put a pack of sugar around. You can make little vents wherever you want, and then the sugar gets hard, and then you can put this on top of your hive in the late winter, or early winter. You can put it on, right as you're putting the bees to bed for the winter. You can put it on then, or you can wait till they're running out of honey in the hive and then put this back on. But you run the risk of picking up and letting the heat out of the hive in the middle of winter when they're running out of their stores. So I'd rather put it on like late fall, November, get it in there. That's what my plan is right now. But I picked up 3 of these. Another thing which you might want to think about doing, I bought a bunch of frames, and I actually bought wax foundation. As it turned out, the frames and the wax foundation, it didn't fit, and the distributor, I called him, and he was flummoxed that I couldn't get the foundation in these frames, and until he tried it, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." So he sent me plastic instead to put in there for free. He sent it to me, which fit no problem. But if you want to go with straight beeswax, again, instead of the plastic frames which generally come with these hives, these are $1.25 each, and these are $1.25 each. So there's $2.50. Now I bought 20 of them. Again, you can see where the prices kind of add up. Another thing that you don't need, but you might want, and this is a bee excluder actually. And what you do is, after you get your supers on, and they filled it up with honey to get the bees off of your honey supers, you put this on, and the bees they go down, and they crawl through out these little mazes here, but they don't crawl back in. So put it on, you wait about 3 or 4 days for all the bees to leave. They will exit, and none of them will be in there, and then you can go in and harvest your honey and take it straight in the house. You don't have to worry about all your bees being all over your honey supers. Was this a necessity? No, it wasn't. You can just use, shake them off, use a bee brush, brush them off, put them in a box, and on your way you go. Again, I bought 3 of these. They weren't very expensive. I think they were 15 bucks a piece. But again, the cost adds up. So, as you can kind of see, these little landing pads, again, these were 15 bucks a piece plus shipping. I ordered 2 the first time, and I ordered one separate the second time. Shipping was the same, whether I ordered 2 or I ordered 1. So shipping ended up cost me 30 bucks, and these were 15 bucks a piece. That was 45 bucks. So, for 3 of those, you're looking at 100 bucks. What I'm getting at is, I'm into it, I figure, ballpark, around $2,000 when it's all said and done. And I haven't made a penny on honey or selling splits or anything like that. if you're gonna do this, I wouldn't go into it halfway. You should have the finances and ability to do this the whole way. Now you might, know some great beekeepers that might want to give you your start. And if you know, family, friends, or whatever, great. Then that's a good way to start. But most of us don't have those kind of connections. So 5 years ago, when I started my business actually quite a while ago, but it started to take off now, and now I'm more financially stable, and I can do these kinds of hobbies. If I wasn't financially stable, I wouldn't be able to afford $2,000 hobby like this without getting any return on my investment. It just wouldn't be possible. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have even thought about this. There's other things that I had to spend my money on, like keeping the lights on and keeping paying the mortgage. But now things are loosening up a bit. Economy's getting better, and now I can get where I can pay for a few hobbies. I'm a little older, a little bit more financially secure. It's a little bit of an expensive hobby. Now you can obviously, maybe you get a few hives and get a few more, then it can start paying you. Once your initial investment's over, I think this hobby can pay you back. I really do. I honestly really think that this will eventually pay itself back. But the initial investment is the killer part. Now if you got good parents or something like that want to give you some money and get you started, great. I don't have those kind of resources, never have in my entire life. Another thing that as a beginner beekeeper, some things that I learned, the stands are great. Ants. Ants are going to come in around your hives. Most of the time the bees kind of take care of my ants. No problem. But right now they want after the sugar water. And I really don't have a big problem. This hive's okay, that hive's okay. That hive over there has probably 50 ants dead in the sugar water. There was 0 ants actually crawling around in the box itself. They were all dead in there. They had gotten in there, but every one of them had drowned. I think the bees take care of all the live ones, and they might have killed those, or been batting them around, and they dropped into the syrup, and that was the end of their life. They made the mistake of going in the hive. I think your bees will take care of you, unless the ants are just so populous that they can actually take over the hive. And I don't have that kind of problem, but I know some people that do. Fire ants, red ants, I don't know if they go after honey, but they're relentless, and those colonies are huge. So I just sprinkle a little taro around my hives, and it pretty much keeps them down. Mowing, as you can see, I just mowed my yard. I haven't had a problem with mowing yet. Now, I don't have very strong hives yet, so we got to wait and see what that's going to be like for mowing around the hives. But to date, I haven't had a problem. They haven't come after me. I haven't worn a veil. Here's another suggestion as a new beekeeper. I haven't been comfortable playing without a net. I wear a veil. I wear my ball cap to keep my veil away from my nose so it doesn't accidentally touch my nose, so the bees don't land right there and sting me. I wear gloves. I don't wear anything else down there. My jeans are fairly loose. Lighter clothing is what I generally go for. You got to go with what you're comfortable with. I've been doing this a month and a half now. That's it. But I've gotten more comfortable peeking in on my girls lately, or adding sugar water. Sometimes I'll just take this off, and the bees don't bother me. I'll dump the sugar water in, and I won't be wearing a veil, but I'm not actually in the hive itself. When I open that up, I can sense that there's a little, movement around the hive. And you know what? For me, I'd rather not risk it. Why should I put myself out there? It takes me literally 3 minutes to put this thing on. Is it warm? Is it hot on a day like this? Yeah, it's pretty hot. but it's really not not much of a bother. I'd rather take a little sweat rather than a little sting. Now I can tell the bees are starting to be attracted probably to my salt. Another expense I have, if you look over there, and I learned this as I went, was water for the bees. Now I didn't know that the bees required water. I have one neighbor over there, Mike. He's a nice guy. He's got a big garden. He was kind of happy that I got bees, but Mike puts up a pool every year for his kids and his grandkids. And if I don't put something out here that will attract the bees, those bees, all my bees, are going to be over in his pool. And I don't really want a ticked off neighbor. So I bought that bird bath down there. And when I first put it up, the bees just kind of ignored it. They didn't really go by it. But I did a little bit more reading, and then something dawned on me. And because everything needs salt. I mean, bees are attracted to the sweat of on our skin. A lot of people think the bees are ready to sting you, when in fact they land on you to actually suck up the salt from your skin. So I took a teaspoon of kosher salt, and I put it in a bucket of water, a gallon of water, and I poured it in my my bird bath, or my bee bath, and it wasn't an hour, and that thing was full of bees, absolutely full of bees. They love it. So so that's what I do every time I fill it up. I have water with a little bit of salt in it. Now, one of the things that was probably $50 for that thing too. There's another expense. But I put some rocks in it to give them a landing area, and I can tell the difference. Half the bee bath is full of rocks, the other half isn't. They go to the area where the rocks, so they can crawl around the rocks and get to their water. So that's a lesson learned, and a tip that I hope you'll take with you. But if you're going to get a bird bath, make it one that can hold a little bit of water. Now, once I put the rocks in, I think my bee bath probably only holds a half a gallon of water. So I actually have to fill that up sometimes twice a day, because the bees consume that much of it. I've got 3 hives, and one hive, I've read, a really strong hive, can take a gallon back to their hive a day. And that's a lot. So, you know, I keep up with it, and if I leave for a weekend, it might run dry. So I don't know what I'm going to do when that happens, when he gets that pool, because that's what I want him to do. I want him to go to that and not go to his pool. Once they start going to the pool and they bring back that chlorine smell, this is where the term beeline came from. The bees will make a beeline between, and they'll share that smell with other bees in the hive, and that's what they'll use, and they'll use it as a beeline, and they'll go straight to that, and you'll never get them out of that pool until he takes the pool down. What else can I offer as words of wisdom, just from my own very, very, very limited knowledge here? Watch YouTube videos, lots of them, as many as you can get your hands on. I'm not a big reader. I don't like reading a lot, but I watch a lot of videos. Now, Honeybee Healthy, now there's something that I decided, rather than buying my own bottle of Honeybee Healthy, I was going to make my own, and it's done very well for me. Now, there's some more expense. I bought a bottle of lemongrass oil, $8. Bottle of tea tree oil, $8. Spearmint oil, $8. Wintergreen oil, $8. And then lecithin granules to emulsify all the oil with the water, with the sugar water, so it all blends together. But once I have it, now I can make it in perpetuity. I can make it till the cows come home, and I'll probably never run out in about 15 years. But that was an expense, you know. Again, that was probably $50 of stuff. You can buy a bottle for $25. That'll probably last you a year. Where I paid $50, and this is gonna probably, those probably last me, like I said, 10 years or more. And I just keep making my own Honeybee Healthy formula. So that's a plus in my book, that I'm saving money. But it was another initial investment. Sugar, there's another expense. I bought a lot of sugar. My first one, I bought a dozen bags. I went through that fairly quickly because a gallon of syrup takes 8 pounds, 2 bags, 2 4-pound bags. And I've gone through a lot of syrup. And I bought I just ordered more. And I ordered 24 bags this time. And I've already gone through 4 bags of that. And I just got it 2 days ago. So again, there's another expense. That was $2 a bag. You're going to go through a lot of sugar, and this is just spring. Now when I get my combs all built out, I'll take off the sugar water, and the combs will be built out, and I won't have to worry about it. And then this fall, before, if they don't have enough honey, I'll be putting on 2-to-1 sugar to water, which is twice as much sugar again. And then not to mention making those sugar racks that I pointed out earlier. That's going to take probably about 10 pounds of probably more than that of sugar to fill each one of those racks. And I'm going to need 3 of them. So there's another expense that you're going to have, and that's just going to be kind of like the continual. Look for it on sale. Any cane sugar, $1.88 a pound, or for a 4-pound bag, all the way up to like $2.50. You pay more than that, and you're getting robbed. So just look around. I ordered it from Walmart. It was $2.42 a bag, free shipping. They shipped it to my door. I ordered 24 bags. It was better than buying it and hauling it myself. They ordered it. It came right to the door. So I do a lot of online ordering, looking to save money. I've also one of the things I've also done, because beekeepers struggle to make money like everybody else. I bought lots of things from a lot of different beekeeping supply houses. The Ohio Bee Supply Company, Weller Bee Supply, Kelly Bees, Brushy Mountain Bees. So I've tried to spread the wealth around to all these different bee companies, rather than just buying from one. As far as bees are concerned, when I first, obviously I got that night, I had watched 5 videos before I decided to get into this. I didn't know where to get bees. I didn't think that I could find them. I looked, went online and I typed in, bee supply, and every person that had a website said sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. So I just went, okay. Kelly Bees had them, and it was going to be a late delivery, but they had some. That's why I placed the order. Now, there's a lot of local guys that I didn't have contacts with that sell splits and whatnot all the way through May that you can find locally. Now, next time, that's what I'll probably do, because like I said, that nuke down there is doing extremely well for a month and a half. It's already got 2 box and a super on it. They're building out the comb on the super. Yeah, anyways, that's about it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do this. But, look at the pros and cons. And I see a lot, I went on, Facebook, and there's some people out there that think only they are qualified enough to have bees. I'm here to say that anybody can have bees, truly. So if you're going to do it, and you really want to do it, and you think you're going to be in on this, for the long haul, this isn't something you just get into and then just say, eh. If you want to do it, I'd say jump in with both feet. That's my advice, but do as much research as you can before you get your bees. That's what I did, and so far I'm loving it. Of course, I haven't gotten stung yet, so that helps. So, anyways, another thing that I wanted to go over just real quick before I forget, that you might want to do is check your local ordinances in your town, village, city, whatever, for keeping bees. Now, after I got my bees, I went and looked at my village ordinances, and I found out that I'm allowed only 3 swarms of bees, that my hives cannot be within 50 yards of a neighbor's dwelling, They can't be within 50 yards of a city street or sidewalk. That's pretty restrictive. Now, I'm lucky that I've got such a very, very large yard here, where I can be 50 yards away from everybody. Now, as you can see right now, my hives are not in the right locations for my neighbors. Now I looked at that ordinance, and what a lot of villages and cities do is they adopt ordinances from some other city, and they don't really, there might not have been a person that ever had hives here. They just adopted policies from other villages when they formed this village, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. My plan is to go to my town board and ask them to change that to maybe allow 6 or 10 hives, and not be so restrictive on where I can put my hives, because this is it. 3 hives is it. That's all I can have. Forget splits for next year. That's it. Or I can just ignore the ordinance, hope that I get along with all my neighbors, and I hope they don't turn me in. Now I get along with most of my neighbors. One back there I don't get along with very much. What? Success. Yep. Did good. Okay. I get a little embarrassed that I talk to a camera with my neighbors walking around, but that neighbor back there, I've been 13 years, I've only said 3 words to him, and I think they yelled at me once because my dog pooped right on the property line, and so I had to go clean it up. But that was the only time they ever talked to me, so that's the only neighbor that I'd be concerned with maybe possibly turning me in. The rest of them, I've talked to them all about my hives. They're happy to have them. Now, they don't want to come over here and help me because they get nervous around the hives, but they have no problems with me having hives. They all have gardens, or most of them do, and so they're kind of looking forward to the bees helping to pollinate their vegetables for this year. I got fruit trees here. My neighbor 2 doors down, he's got a bunch of fruit trees over there. He's loving it. He's like, man, bring it on. But he's also got a pool, so we'll see when if the bees start using his pool, if he'll be as happy about my bees as they are. But again, I just want to throw this out there as a new beekeeper. Check your local ordinances. It's not a joke. I also have to have a permit to have bees. Now, the permit is free. And my guess is that the permit is so that they know you have hives, so that if a neighbor complains or whatever, they want to know what you're up to in your house. Now, I'm not big on letting, I'm a kind of guy, what they don't know ain't gonna hurt them, because people get bent out of shape when they see something like this, when it's not gonna hurt them. And if everybody reminds their P's and Q's, but when you get a permit for it, then it becomes a matter of public record, and then other people see it. Oh my God, my kids are walking down, they're going to get stung, and then if they get stung, then they, oh my God, it's your honeybees, when it's probably a yellow jacket or a wasp or a ground hornet or something like that, and they can't distinguish the difference between them. Again, I've been standing around here. My bees have pretty much left me alone for the most part. One chased me around a little bit there just a little bit ago when I came back. I'm not sure why, but he wouldn't leave me alone. Literally, he just followed me about 50 yards out. So, I'm enjoying it. So, anyways, that's my last tip. Check your local ordinances. Happy beekeeping. Thanks for watching. Oh, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe. If you don't, or if you don't agree with anything, just leave a comment, and I will answer to everybody. Good or bad, I'll answer to everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care.